Detective James Caldwell had solved countless cases in his career, but none as perplexing as this. A string of high-profile thefts inside the White House, artifacts vanishing without a trace, classified documents disappearing, and even the president's favorite pen missing from his desk. There were no signs of forced entry, no evidence left behind. It was as if a phantom was at work. When Caldwell arrived at the White House, he was greeted by Agent Rebecca Shaw, a top security officer with a no-nonsense attitude. Her eyes held the frustration of someone who had exhausted every lead. "This thief is a ghost," Shaw muttered as they reviewed hours of security footage. "No one enters, no one leaves, and yet things keep disappearing." "Ghosts don't steal," Caldwell said, his sharp gaze fixed on the screen. "But someone who knows this building inside and out, that's a different story." The latest crime scene was the Oval Office. A historical painting had been taken in the dead of night. Caldwell scanned the room meticulously, running his fingers along the walls and floor. His keen eye caught something, a faint disturbance in the dust near an air vent. He crouched, shining his flashlight into the narrow opening. A small, glimmering object rested inside, a torn fragment of a glove. The material was sleek, high-tech, almost futuristic. "Whoever did this isn't just any thief," Caldwell said, holding up the fragment. "They have resources." Further investigation revealed an unsettling pattern. All thefts had occurred during power fluctuations, momentary blackouts lasting no more than 10 seconds. Caldwell and Shaw cross-referenced security schematics, searching for someone with both access to the building's infrastructure and knowledge of its electrical systems. One name stood out: Elliot Grayson, a former White House engineer dismissed months earlier for attempting to access restricted areas without clearance. But why would he risk everything to return? Digging deeper, Caldwell uncovered reports of Grayson purchasing high-end climbing gear, night vision goggles, and custom-made gloves designed for maximum grip. It was enough to set a trap. That night, Caldwell and Shaw staged a controlled power outage. As the lights flickered out, the White House was plunged into a brief but absolute darkness. Caldwell held his breath, ears attuned to the slightest movement. A faint, scraping noise. From above. Without hesitation, Caldwell lunged toward a desk, springing up to yank open the ceiling vent. A figure in a sleek black suit tumbled out, landing in a crouch. His gloved hands clutched a gleaming presidential medal. "End of the line, Grayson," Caldwell said, his gun trained on the thief. Grayson bolted, darting toward a side exit. But Shaw was faster. With a swift, precise motion, she tackled him to the ground and slapped the cuffs on his wrists. "It's over," she said, breathing heavily. With Grayson in custody, the stolen items were recovered and security was reinforced to prevent another breach. As Caldwell prepared to leave, the president himself stopped him at the door, extending a hand in gratitude. "Impressive work, Detective," the president said. "Now, about my pen." Caldwell smirked, reaching into his pocket. Found it in Grayson's bag. As he placed the pen back into the president's hand, he couldn't help but feel a lingering curiosity. Grayson had been caught, but had he truly been working alone? For now, the White House phantom was no more. But in Caldwell's experience, shadows had a way of returning when least expected.